This is the first of several self-watering planters that I'm making. The goal is to create a reservoir at the bottom of the pot or planter, and a small amount of the soil is allowed to dip into that reservoir. As the plant uses the water and the soil dries out, it wicks the water out of the reservoir so it never really dries out and it always stays damp. You can buy self-watering pots, but the bigger ones tend to be a little bit on the expensive side, and it's more fun to make your own anyway. So what I'm going to do is cut the bottoms off of several plastic water bottles. I can get these for free at work. I'm putting each one of them down at the bottom of the pot, and I made the center one a little bit shorter than the rest. And these are going to be my water reservoir. The center bottle I have a little bit lower, just to make it a little bit easier for the soil to mix in with the reservoir and allow that wicking to take place. Each one of the bottles has a small cut in the top of it. This is so air can get out of the bottles when they fill up with water, but the cut is small enough that the soil can't get in. I cut a hole in one of the bottles and put a smaller bottle through the end of it. This is how I'm going to add water to the reservoir. I punched small holes in the side of the pot for any excess water to drain out of the reservoir. This way, if it rains, the pot won't fill up with water. On the inside of the pot, I'm filling up the space next to these holes with small gravel. This will make it easier for the water to get out, and it'll be less likely that the dirt will clog the holes. I'm also adding a small amount of gravel between the bottles at the bottom of the pot. This is just to prevent the dirt from getting into the reservoir. I carefully filled the pot with potting mix, taking care to get the soil down into the spaces between the bottles. This is where the water will be wicked up into the pot. I kept the end of the small filling bottle, and I'll use it to cover up the opening to prevent bugs from getting into the reservoir and also to help reduce evaporation from the reservoir. This one looks ready for planting. I'm going to do this on a larger scale with some Rubbermaid containers later on.